All right, everybody, this is where I say, saddle up, Beehive. 50 Cent is actually trolling Beyoncé. 50 shared this TMZ headline reporting that ticket sales for Beyoncé's new Cowboy Carter tour have stalled. Now, the tour kicked off in LA on Monday, and shockingly, tickets dipped to as low as $57. So the question is, why isn't the Beehive saddling up for Miss Queen Bee Beyoncé? What do we think, Perdita?
You know what? The Beehive will probably sting me to death for what I'm about to say.
Be careful.
I know, I'm gonna be very careful.
Wait.
Go ahead. And my ad is pretty to Felicia if you wanna come for me. But anyways, Beyonce's out of touch, okay? People are fighting for their lives, they're getting deported, they're losing their jobs. We have better things to do, Beyonce, than make you rich. And we're also in debt from your last concert. Can we just say that you just had? Take a seat. Take a seat. Still love, babe, but not right now. No.
So the timing is off? You think that it's just timing?
Timing is off. Like, to me, you just had a concert. People, the economy's changing. It's not the time.
I think that's the big one that I'm thinking about a lot of times. I went to see your Renaissance tour. It was incredible. I'm still thinking about the impact. It's like you needed to digest it. It was 3 hours, wall to wall, bigger than life, costume changes. It was incredible, incredible, incredible. But it feels like it was just yesterday.
Yes, it was.
So it's sort of like you need to leave people with a bit of time and space, not only to like make more money, but you want to for people to miss you. And I don't think people had that time to do that yet.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
All right, I agree. Well, I have a different take. All very valid points, but I have a very different take. I think sometimes you gotta consider the source. You know, they always say don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. And Mr. Curtis needs to sit down and have a seat because let me spill a little tea. So last December, I was in Las Vegas, right? I went to see a residency and I actually had a couple extra days and 50 Cent was there. He had a 6-day residency at Planet Hollywood and it was also the same night as Janet Jackson. So I was like, which one am I gonna go to? So I asked around and everybody said, go to Janet because 50's concert is terrible. The lighting was criticized, the crowd was complaining, they said he was lackluster. So hearing him criticize Beyonce and why no one's coming, I'm like, Curtis, have a seat, sweetheart. You couldn't even do six days in Vegas. Listen, one of the critics even said it's one of the worst shows the city has ever seen. Do you know how bad you have to be one of the worst shows in Vegas? I mean, like, Carrot Top is pulling out nonsense out of a suitcase, and they still think that you're one of the worst shows, so I say consider the source.
How much did you pay for his ticket? How much did you pay for his ticket?
I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go?
You said
you didn't go, period.
I didn't, oh no, everybody's don't go, so I went to see Janet Jackson, who, by the way, fabulous.
And how much was that ticket?
That ticket was $94.
Worth every cent.
And worth every single penny.
That's
absolutely.
great points. I think my view about this is I zoomed out a little bit because I tried to look at the concert boom and the stadium tours. You're not just talking about Renaissance. Remember the Eras tour that took over the world? There was a lot of big names. What was old was all 10,000 nostalgia tours, right? Everybody from the 90s was back. We were spending money like crazy, but I think it was for good reason. I look at this in the context of the pandemic. We were all locked down for basically 2 years. We missed each other. We missed live events.
Thirsty.
We had money. Some people had money. Some people didn't have money. But for those who had a little bit of money, you were just like, let me out of the house and let me spend my money. And what happened was the timing of these concerts blew up. And I was ready to spend money I didn't even have on Renaissance. I wanted the silver cowboy hat. Who didn't want the silver cowboy? So I think that the timing of these tours, the first round, was such that it capitalized, and it was the roaring 20s. The roaring 2020s, actually. And what I think is actually happening is we got so overstimulated, we spent too much money, and maybe now we're just pulling back a little bit. And I hate to bring Trump into every conversation, but he has put a wet blanket on everything in America. People are scared for their lives. So I think the timing is not the same.
You know what, I'll also say this, as a member of the Beehive, that's why I was like, you're gonna get stung by yourself, girl.
They're gonna sting me to death.
I love Beyonce, but I'm not a huge fan of country music. And although I will always support her, I know I wasn't going to this concert because I'm like, I can't do 2 hours of country music. I love Beyonce, but there's a limit to how much I love her. And I think for a lot of fans, a lot of people I talked to felt the same way. They're like, I like her, but country music's not my thing. So I think that also could be the reason why we're seeing lower ticket sales.
Even if, I want to show you, here's the other part, because you were talking about cost. She's got all her merch there, right? So she has got her brand new hair care line, which there's a whole scene in the concert with her hair care line, Sacred. The drink of the tour is her new Sir David whiskey. Guess how much this drink is at a Beyonce concert?
Come on, I could make that.
This is Sir Davis whiskey, her own whiskey line, $43 US.
Wait. wait. How many liters? Because we can't tell. It's not
The
text
mason
anything.
jar, it's a standard
It's
mason jar.
It's like, oh, okay.
No,
Oh.
Not
smaller.
enough. It's not
Smaller?
enough.
Okay,
Not
Beyonce,
enough.
girl,
So,
come on.
That's
I need
all.
a barrel, a big country barrel.
I'm trying to
for
support you, Beyonce, but
$43.
you're making it real hard right now.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.